just stirring it up last night when you tweeted the word rejoice?
No, I wasn't stirring shit up. Y'all need to stay off my Twitter.
I mean, that could be construed a couple different ways. But the big one was, hey, Josh is going to be okay.
I ain't say nothing. Y'all better stay off Twitter.
How much confidence you have in Case Keenum if he has to play this game?
I mean, 100%. I mean, you want me to come here and say 0? But that's my guy. You know, me and Case go way back. He's a true pro. He's been around this league for a long time, so I anticipate him preparing the right way, him and Matt. So giving those guys confidence from the receiver position, of course. I told my guys, you know, regardless of whoever is out there, we got to still do our job, get open, catch the ball, you know what I'm saying, and try to get as many reps as we can during the week so we can build confidence and, you know, build that little, we got a small window. So, you know, do what we can.
Steph, you were hyped up against Green Bay, which is a former rival.
Yeah, that was all right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now you're playing your former team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you keep your emotions in check, and how can, or do you want to, or will you, or how can you do that, knowing who you're facing this week?
Yeah, I mean, even with Green Bay, I wasn't really hyped up. I was just a little irritated, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't nothing that I felt. Like, it was kind of like a thing that was brought upon me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care who I was playing or how it rolled out, but it was more so that, you know, guys jawing before the game and stuff like that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you'll be a little irritated because that's just how this National Football League is. But I try not to live in the space of, you know, former rival or, like, the old team because, I mean, that's far removed. That was like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I've had a new rival since then with, like, the Patriots and teams that we've played since then. So kind of living in a new space on where I'm at in my life as well. Like, it was a long, long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got traded years ago. Of course, it was something that came full circle moment, but to me, I try not to take it too personal because it's not a personal fight for me. You know what I'm saying? My life has changed a lot since then. A lot of great things have happened. So more so focusing on that rather than harping on the things that didn't.
We all know your history with Case. What is it about him that gives you confidence that he can step in and be productive?
I mean, even in Minnesota, like, when I do date back to the time that we had, he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? He's a dog. People don't, I mean, Case is a professional and all those good things, but when he gets out there, he's still competing at a high level, and he gives you that confidence that you can win, whether it's with his arm or whether he improv and making things happen. So I have complete confidence in him. I've seen it in action, you know what I'm saying? I remember it clear as day when we had a quarterback go down and Case Keenum had to play, and maybe then I was a young player then, so maybe then I was a little, if you asked me that question then I probably could have said maybe 70, 60%, but at this point, I've seen him do it, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him have success, and I've seen him play well, so to me, like, I know it, whoever's out there, I trust him, you know what I'm saying? I just got to do my job.
Steph, when you talk about how much time has passed since Minnesota and how much has changed, where do you feel you've grown the most in football and maybe off the field too?
More so mentally, just because, like you said, like, keeping my emotions intact, like, even when things get heightened as far as emotionally, I still remain the same player. Try not to heighten any anxiety or get anxious about it because I got to perform, you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I get in those high pressure or in a moment where things can get anxious, I just tone in on my game, you know, go with what I trust and rely on my fundamentals. Just as a player now, and I feel like I've grown so much, and it's more so off the field mentally rather than on the field, just because of how I prepare and how I look at life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm extremely blessed. Like, I can't live in that space of that was my old team and I got so much to go against them. Nah, I would have done it to anyone. I want to, you know what I'm saying, no matter who the opponent is.
Obviously, Case's style is going to be vastly different than Josh's. In terms of game plan and what you can do, how much do you guys have to alter how you're going to attack this team if Case is going to play?
I don't know, because I feel like they got a little bit of a similar game with being able to run out of the pocket, and from what I've seen from Case, you know, as far as like playing with him, like running around making plays and that kind of thing. Of course, they're two different players, but I've seen them both do a lot of similar things as well. So I don't call the plays, but as far as like with the adjustments, I just run what's called. As long as I'm open, hopefully he find me.
Do you take notice of Justin and just the fact of what he's done since he got there, and they used the pick that they traded for you on him and what you've done and how similar your numbers have been?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely one, I just think he's a hell of a player. Like definitely one of the best receivers in this league. What he has done and accomplished in such a short amount of time shows you that he's a special player. They definitely have a lot of they got that team. You know, the guys with those pieces. Like even when I was there, they had some great pieces as well with Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen, and they brought along some other guys. But him in specific, he's definitely a special player. I mean. It's hard not to pay attention to him when you one of the receivers in the league as far as like playing at a high level. You won't be able to not see no other guys that's playing at a high level.
What have your discussions been like with Josh early in the week?
It is the earlier in the week.
Where's his head at, and has the dynamic changed at all with him being on the outside looking in a little bit here?
It's the first day of practice today, so I don't know. I mean, when we talk, it's not really too much football, so it's hard to be like, he hasn't given me anything that I could give you to be like, oh yeah, this is what Josh is saying. So, I mean, it's Wednesday, so we'll talk Friday. I'm gonna let you know. I'll have a conversation with him at lunch.
Going back to that preparation, we all know that cornerbacks feel that they can check any receiver, and we all know that wide receivers feel that they can't be checked. How does that motivate your preparation on a week to week?
It's just, I mean, the names and the faces change each and every week for me. I'm saying I usually see the best guy on the other side. So me anticipating, I always, like even last week or the week before that, we can date it back since I've got here. I've always seen the best guy on the other side. So it's not nothing that I can change as far as like mentally. As far as like getting ready, I always feel like I want to be dominant. I want to be the best receiver in this league, and I want to play with confidence. And that would exude, confidence to my teammates. You know what I'm saying? As far as like making plays, getting my quarterback in a rhythm, getting guys in a rhythm, and bringing everybody confidence full circle. So for me, I just prepare the right way, and I try not to give you a professional answer because like me as a person, you see how I work on the practice field, and you see how I anticipate like you going into the game, and I always expect to have success because I put in the work. But it's just like, just like last week, we're a good team, you know what I'm saying? But the good teams don't always win. You got to earn the right to win each and every week, and I feel like we're getting back to ourselves. We're getting healthy as well, so got to continue to put your best foot forward and earn the right to win. Everybody going to give you their best shot.
The start of training camp about how much pride you took in making guys around you better.
Yeah.
Receiving corps, they're under fire right now. What do you think of that?
What kind of fire, though?
That they're not producing enough, except for you. You have 60 catches, no one else has more than 20.
It's tough. I mean, I feel like me personally, I'm just doing my job, but my guys are doing everything that they can. It's kind of hard because I was in a situation like in Minnesota. We ran the ball first. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. Like we trying to spread the ball as much as you can. You're trying to get your best players the ball. Gabe also had got nicked up early in the season. I stole probably a lot of his catches that Tennessee game and that game that he was kind of nicked up. So it's like just kind of get the ball rolling and getting guys comfortable again, and then just everybody doing their part. I don't feel like they're under fire at all. Like those guys make plays and they do everything that they can. You know what I'm saying? Giving the opportunity, they play well. So just kind of continue to rally behind them. I don't feel like they're under fire at all. I ain't the only guy in my group, and I'm not the only reason we making plays. You know what I'm saying? Josh does a lot of great things, but as far as like me personally, I'm doing my job, they're doing their job. We just got to continue to mesh well and continue to push this thing forward because at the end of the day, we need those guys. Those guys have been playing well. Those guys are hell of a players. McKenzie makes crazy plays. He's super fast. Gabe is trusted. He's a young player, but he plays like a pro. He plays like a vet. And then we got a young guy, Khalil, you know what I'm saying? He continues to impress. So as far as like going in with the right mindset, I wouldn't say under fire. I trust those guys, especially coming from the lens of I see them every day.
Growth and change in your life since the trade.
Yeah.
Has that allowed you to maybe look at your time in Minnesota differently with that maturation and growth?
Yeah, 100%. I felt like definitely when I got traded, I picked up the book The Alchemist, and it definitely taught me a lot as far as like with timing and things lining up how they're supposed to line up. My time in Minnesota was amazing. I love it. I still date back to be like, I had a great time in Minnesota. I don't have any bad taste in my mouth at all. There was some great people, great players, great coaches. It just didn't work out, and that's I mean, everybody here can attest to that's just how life works sometimes. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes curveballs are thrown at you and things are switched up. But I feel like this was part of my plan, the plan God had for me, and my maturation process is now a lot of good things have happened to me since. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I feel like we could talk about them, but the list goes on. So I'm gonna just stay where I'm at, be where my feet are.
Is that perspective something
I mean, with me reading that book, I feel like it helped me a lot because it kind of taught me that, you know what I'm saying, everything that happens in your life is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Things are kind of setting you up for success or it's setting you up for whatever plan he has for you. So I feel like I took my lumps kind of in Minnesota. Even though I was a good player in Minnesota, what I wanted for myself was beyond measure. And I feel like I had to somewhat bet on myself. And, you know, in this game, it can go either way. So I probably was a little anxious when I first got here. But I felt like they made me comfortable by like not only having a quarterback that gives you confidence and, you know what I'm saying, he's more than just football. It was like he was my friend. So I just kind of like, it kind of grew from there. And, you know, you love being around certain people. And that was like a COVID year. So we had to spend so much time together. And I wasn't used to that. So I didn't see too many of my friends and they became my family. So it worked out.
Did someone recommend that book? Did someone recommend the book to you, or how did you decide?
I was actually trying to I was doing a little bit more research. I've been reading a lot more as of lately. I just picked up another book, Unlock the Power of You. So I've just been trying to educate. I feel like the only source right now for me educational-wise is picking up more books and reading more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting a little old. This is how I go. So.
I know you're going to fill us in on Friday about Josh, but how, knowing the type of competitor he is, would it surprise you that? Would it not surprise you to see him out there on Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, we know Josh, and we'll see.
So much of your identity as a team is based around Josh.
Yeah.
Who are you guys if he's not out there?
I mean, I feel like we're the same team. I feel like, of course, Josh is an intricate piece. He plays the quarterback position. So without our quarterback, of course, we're going to have to make some adjustments. But the mantras or like the things that we live and die by, like the fundamentals and execution and effort and details and, you know, just the stuff that we preach, that can't change. The standard can't change regardless of what player's in the game. If you're in the game, you got to perform at a high level. We've dealt with that throughout this season. A lot of guys have gotten hurt throughout this season, you know, from every position, from ankles to hammies to whatever you want to say. So we can't change the standard. You got to play up to the standard. You got to do your job. You know what I'm saying? And I've always lived in the bubble of farming your own land, and they say do your 111. So no matter how you dress it up, guys got to play well. You got to do your job, and you got to perform. Josh makes the wheels a little bit more greased, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just special. So it's just like, of course, it's not even easy when he's out there. You know what I'm saying? Things do happen out there when he's out there. So he do make the wheels a little greased, but they got to turn.
Your thoughts, Stefon? What are your thoughts on Josh's 70-yard pass out there?
Oh, he threw it with I guess whatever injury he has, a little nick or bruise. So for him to go out there and throw it 70 yards is not only just like, damn, he's a dog, but it's impressive. So for me, I've seen it on a daily basis. There's not much that he can do that really surprises me at this point, unless he does like some crazy like a backflip or something. But like, I'm not impressed by it. He's a hell of a player, man. Thank y'all.